Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or maybe you're on my Facebook page. Hello, how are you doing? I just wanted to make an update for today. If I sound a little hoarse in my voice, I had a procedure done this morning. What is it called? Echo? No, it's not an echo, it's like an endoscopy. They stuck a camera down my throat, and my throat was really sore, so if I sound a little hoarse, I'm sorry. Okay, so I have not seen the map yet. I just woke up because I didn't sleep last night at all because I actually had like a really bad leg ache and I couldn't take any medicine and I didn't sleep at all. So I finally, after my procedure, I was able to sleep a little bit, which was good. Okay, so looking at the map, still no energy traveling to the east, which suggests that it's still kind of blocked and pent up in the west. Oklahoma had an earthquake, but we don't really count Oklahoma. I've talked about this before, how they have a special drilling operation which causes plenty of earthquakes. This is on the USGS, so it is documented and understood real information that it does actually cause earthquakes, what they do there. This, I believe, is Texas. Let's see what's going on. There are a few earthquakes here in, what is Texas? A 2.8, excuse me, yawning, and a 3.0. And so that's good. That's kind of showing that activity is dispersing a little bit, just not enough because we haven't seen any activity in this area. Let's see, this would be, I think this is the western part of Texas, by the way, which has seen, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I always yawn when I make these videos. I wonder why. The western part of Texas, and they've been, it seems like to me that they see most of the activity in the west. I wonder if eventually someday there might be an earthquake out on the west of Texas, since that's kind of where the activity always points to when it does happen. We had a bigger one in Oregon. I think this morning. Yep, 5:34 a.m. about 10 hours ago. And I did tell you guys that I had a watch for pretty much all western states, and Oregon was one of those states. We've had, so let me tell you. I put Utah on a watch today, and I haven't seen any activity, which actually surprises me because of us having the 5.6 earthquake. You would really think that, at least today of all days, that we would see a little aftershock, at least. Oh, excuse me. I'm in Salt Lake City, so, and I like the smaller aftershocks as long as it's not harming anybody, as long as it's not harming any property. I really actually enjoy the earthquakes, so I'm kind of upset. Here we have Idaho with so many aftershocks still going on. Here's Idaho. We have Nevada with so many still going on. But little Utah is quiet again. Don't get me started. I know I am such a weirdo. Who likes aftershocks? Me, this girl. Okay, so here's Idaho. Let's see what they've had. And I'll tell you why I put Utah to watch in just a second. Because I think some of these are kind of a little bit higher. At least this one is 3.4, 3.1, and a 4.4. Yes, that would be part of the reason why. Okay, so check it out. Oregon had their earthquake a 4.9, 5:34 a.m. Now, along the same trajectory line, look, if you were to use the trajectory line, where does it go? Oregon, Idaho, Salt Lake City. You guys have heard me talk about trajectory lines as well. And so far, it's kind of the only thing that I'm the only one talking about it. But so far, from what I can tell, it happens often. Like you can see here a trajectory line, 1, 2, 3. You can see that here's maybe a trajectory line here for today's energy right here and going that way. Let me turn this. Let me flip it. I think that's, oh, maybe here's another one. 1, 2, 3. So maybe this one doesn't go that way. Maybe it's going upward or downward. Anyways, I see these 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 trajectory lines all the time. So and of course faults are linear, so that could also be the reason, but sometimes I see them spaced out over a longer distance, and sometimes 3 or 4 of them. So I did put Utah on a watch today because check this out. Oregon happened at 5:34. Let's go into the Idaho area and look at their biggest one, the 4.4. 5:33. So we have one here at 5:33, and then here at 5:34. Is that not a coincidence? This 4.4 in Idaho is the largest aftershock that they've seen, and probably, I mean, they haven't seen a 4.4. Last week, when things went, excuse my language, batshit crazy for a minute, they had some larger activity, but a 4.4 is not common for an aftershock in this area. So a minute, and then a minute here. It seems like the energy seemed to just pull and release in that area very quickly. And I'm wondering if it's not magma chambers. I don't know if it would be too big of a jump from Oregon to Idaho to say it's connected. I don't know, but I did put Utah on a watch today because it's on the trajectory line, and there are obviously some bigger energies coming through down this way, potentially into Utah. Anyways, let's move on. Don't want to bore you too much. Not everybody lives in Utah. I'm really fascinated with it because I live here. But let's move on. Okay, so just checking out 2.0. Just checking everything out. Again, I do my videos in real time, so you're kind of seeing me investigate the map for the first time here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm gonna say, and I like it this way because I'm able to capture my first thoughts right on camera or on audio. So yeah, all of these are smaller quakes. Let me try to flip this map again. All of these are smaller quakes. Where's Ridgecrest? I'm always watching Ridgecrest for you guys because it is a suspicious area. A suspicious area after their big earthquake that happened last year. It's been a suspicious area. So those are a little close, but we would maybe assume that that's kind of normal, nothing unusual. The magnitude is very small, so I'm not really worried. It seems pretty normal activity for the area, actually. Let's see. Nevada, it seems like, is having less aftershocks today. Let's just see a few, what the magnitude is looking like. We're not going to look at all of them. 3.0. So it seems like the activity in Nevada seems to be cooling down a little bit now. Less earthquakes, and the earthquakes that they are having are significantly less in magnitude. Except a few 2.8, 2.9. Excuse me, I do not have coronavirus, I promise. I do have, however, severe asthma, irritated by a sore throat. Have that going on too today because of my procedure that I had done. Okay, let's see what this one is. Here, 2.49. So, let's see. Finally, we get one up top a little bit, 2.5. For California, I don't see anything necessarily immediately suspicious, except for the silence. You guys know that California should not be this silent, and it has been now for 7 days. Completely abnormal. Very abnormal. So yeah, I still have a watch for California, and pretty much all surrounding states. That would be a fair assumption to assume we should do that. Silence is not good. Let's see what energy might be pulling in from Alaska. You guys know I've talked about this in all of my videos, that I assume the energy pulls from Alaska down into the United States using the Dutchson's method. That's what you would assume. So, no significant big activity, it seems, pulling in from Alaska. That's good. Maybe a little energy. It seems like we did have higher energy here last night, and then this morning, waboom. And I told you guys that would happen, didn't I? But it did happen. We saw some energy release here a little bit. 4.0. Is this new? Did that just happen 13 minutes ago? Right when I was gonna say, I was like, I do assume something to come happen in this area. And we just got it about 13 minutes ago. It just barely popped up. So, yeah, I do assume maybe... I'm just waiting, you guys. I'm waiting on Salt Lake City. I know it's gonna happen. I really think it's gonna be this year. We're gonna have a bigger one. But, you know, I don't know. No one can tell, except for time. Let's continue on to different parts of the world. 3.4. It is good that there's not too much extra energy pulling into the USA right now, except things are still suspicious, I will tell you that. They still are. I told you guys that Papua New Guinea would see some action. I told you this yesterday. And waboom, after about 9 days of complete silence, they finally had some activity again. Excuse me. I've told you guys that Eastern China would probably see some activity. I kind of put a larger watch on it, just kind of like in general, it's going to be soon. And there were some activity here about 6 days ago, and now we got 4.7 here in China. Let's see. What did I tell you guys yesterday? Malaysia, I said, would probably get something, I think. 4.1, 3.1, nothing too significant, it seems. 2.1. I'm kind of waiting on this area to maybe get something. Japan is silent again, and I don't think it should be necessarily. I feel like there's enough energy coming to this area that I was expecting something a little bit bigger, and they had a 5.1 the other day, but that's not. I would expect something a tiny bit bigger, and it's silent instead. So maybe we could watch that area. I still feel Russia has some energy. You know, this Russia thing, when I first felt that they haven't had activity in a while. Hold on, let me get a drink. Oh my god. Fun fact for you guys. I never can taste anything. I never can smell anything, but after my surgery, I can taste everything. I'm drinking a Dasani and I can taste every molecule of it. It's very weird. It's just water. Anyways, so I've seen this month, I've seen significant energy coming up, transferring over. I saw a little bit of activity here, pull over. And just my intuition says there's energy in this area and it's not releasing. After I said this, initially we had some activity here going on. Some larger activity. It started immediately after I talked about it. But it never came inland necessarily. It was just in the Kuril Islands area, I believe it's what it's called. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Geography was not my specialty. So, you know, I'm just going to put like a general larger watch for this area of Russia. I think that potentially within the month we'll see something here. Hopefully it's not just like a 4.7. Make me sound silly. I mean, that I shouldn't hope that anything else is bigger for anybody, right? Shouldn't say that. It'll probably just be a 4.7. I know how my luck works, but I would guess maybe a 5.0. Nothing too significant. Hawaii, I think is receiving some energy again. I'm watching Hawaii a little bit. I wouldn't doubt if they had a little bigger one soon. How do you get a little bigger one? I don't know. Don't ask me. Let's check out Greece. I usually don't do this part of the world, but they've been experiencing some funny things. I predicted yesterday Italy would get some activity. It doesn't look like there's any orange activity here going on. So everything, the magnitude is just smaller, but you know, most of my watches I give a week to see what goes on. Greece has had some major activity, and we saw something here pop up yesterday. I talked about this, a 5.8 in the central Mediterranean Sea. I still think that there's something weird in this area. Let's see. Within this area, shown on the map right now, I do believe that we might see a more significant 5.6 or up or above. At least a 5.6, and I'm giving it about a week. So let's just keep our eye on the area. It just seems a little suspicious to me. So, I'm not going to get too much into the other earthquakes here. I don't focus too much on this part of the world. Like I've told you guys before, I mainly just stay Oh, and I told you that this might happen too, didn't I? What is that? 5.1. I mainly just stick to the Ring of Fire, which would be if I turn on my plate boundary, you could see the white plate boundary of the Ring of Fire. I like to focus on the USA, specifically the West Coast is my favorite. So anyways, yeah, I think that pretty much concludes today's rating. I hope everybody is having a good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to follow my Facebook channel. I post more updates. I post my videos and I post other updates as well. You can find me at Earthquake Forecasting with Mckehl. Mckehl is spelled MCKEHL, a little different spelling. And that is pretty much everything for today. I will talk to you guys later and have a great day. Bye.